What if I told you that these are the worst jerks in reggae history? From Shaba Ranks, whose homophobic remarks got him blacklisted from major events, to Eeka Mouse, who fled the US after being charged with assault and substance possession. Here are the 15 worst jerks in reggae history. Beanie Man. Beanie Man is a Jamaican dancehall artist, known for his energetic performances and catchy hits. He dominated the dancehall scene for years, winning the DJ of the Year award 8 times in a row. His talent earned him international recognition, and in 2001, his 12th studio album, Art and Life, won a Grammy Award. His rise to fame sped up after a standout performance at the 1992 Reggae Sunsplash Festival. In 2002, he teamed up with Janet Jackson for the hit song Feel It Boy. But his real breakthrough in the US came in 2004 with the remix of Dude, featuring Ms. Thing and rapper Shauna. This track helped solidify his fan base in both America and Europe. Beanie Man also made waves in the UK, landing multiple chart hits. Songs like Who Am I, Street Life, and Dude all climbed the rankings, with King of the Dancehall further cementing his reputation. By 2004, the Associated Press even declared him the king of the dancehall reggae scene. However, his career faced serious backlash due to controversial lyrics in some of his songs, which were accused of encouraging violence against gay people. In 2004, after protest from LGBTQ+ activists, he was removed from the MTV Video Music Awards lineup. Later that year, British authorities stopped him at Heathrow Airport after one of his UK concerts was cancelled. Under pressure, he issued an apology through his record label. By 2005, a gay rights group, Outrage, agreed to stop protesting him after he promised not to perform homophobic songs anymore. He even performed in London that year. But in 2006, he backtracked, claiming his lyrics were aimed at pedophiles, not consensual gay relationships. In 2007, reports surfaced that Beanie Man, along with other reggae artists, had signed the Reggae Compassionate Act, pledging to stop performing anti-gay music. But later he denied ever signing it. Even years later, protests followed him, leading to cancelled concerts in places like New Zealand, Belgium, and the Netherlands. In 2006, veteran dancehall artist Yellowman publicly called him out for claiming the title King of the Dancehall. Yellowman, who had been known as King Yellowman since the 1980s, saw Beanie Man's self-crowning as disrespectful. The tension grew worse when Beanie Man made a remark in an interview comparing Bounty Killer to Yellowman, calling both artists ugly and suggesting Jamaican fans had a history of embracing artists with rough, unconventional looks. Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel is one of the most controversial and influential figures in dancehall music. He became a folk hero in Jamaica, capturing the hearts of fans while also stirring up plenty of criticism. His style and music even inspired global artists like Drake, who once called Cartel one of his biggest influences. Cartel first shot to fame in 2003 after releasing a series of hit songs in Jamaica. That same year, he took part in a high-profile clash with Ninja Man at the annual Sting Festival in his hometown of Portmore. But what was supposed to be a lyrical battle quickly turned physical when Cartel and his crew attacked Ninja Man on stage. Though his manager initially blamed Ninja Man for the fight, Cartel later apologized to him and the event organizers. His career kept moving forward, but controversy followed him. In 2004, his nomination for the UK MOBO Awards was withdrawn due to the homophobic content of some of his lyrics. However, in 2010, he changed his stance and endorsed the Reggae Compassionate Act. Despite his efforts to clean up his image, problems continued. In 2011, the National Communications Network of Guyana banned his music from the airwaves, making him the first artist to face such a ban in the country. Later that year, Cartel's troubles deepened. On September 29, 2011, he was arrested for cannabis possession. Things escalated quickly when Jamaica's major investigation task force charged him with the murder of businessman Barrington Burton, along with conspiracy and illegal possession of a firearm. While behind bars in 2012, he co-wrote and published a book, The Voice of the Jamaican Ghetto, Incarcerated but Not Silenced, with his business associate Michael Dawson. Though he was granted bail for the Burton murder in March 2012, Cartel remained in prison due to a second, more serious charge, the murder of Clive Williams. Authorities accused him of plotting to mislead police with the help of fellow artist Vanessa Sadler, who allegedly claimed Williams had robbed her to create the illusion that he was still alive. Cartel was acquitted of the Burton murder in July 2013, but his luck ran out the following year. On March 13, 2014, an 11-member jury found him guilty of Clive Williams's murder. He was sentenced to life in prison. However, in March 2024, the UK Privy Council overturned his conviction due to juror misconduct, ordering the Jamaican Court of Appeal to decide on a retrial. By July 31, 2024, Cartel and his co-defendants were freed after the court ruled against a retrial, citing the high costs, the time that had passed, and Cartel's declining health. Kapton. Kapton is a fiery Jamaican reggae and dancehall artist. His powerful voice and energetic performances have made him a force in the reggae world. His big break came in 1989 when Stuart Brown, the owner of a Toronto-based sound system called African Star, took a chance on him. Brown flew the young and unknown artist to Canada for a stage show alongside dancehall veterans Ninja Man and Florgon. That performance introduced Kapton to the international reggae scene and set him on a path to stardom. In the late 1980s, dancehall was filled with songs about guns, partying, and fast living. At first, Kapton followed that trend, releasing hits like Bumbo Red, #1 on the Look Good chart, and No Lotion Man. But in 1992, everything changed. He dropped Alms House, a song that not only became a huge hit but also signaled a shift in his music. However, Kapton's career has not been without controversy. Some of his lyrics have been criticized for being anti-gay, sparking protests and backlash. While his manager claimed that many of these lyrics were misunderstood or mistranslated, Kapton himself admitted that his Rastafarian beliefs do not support homosexuality. However, he insisted that words like burn and fire in his songs are meant as metaphors for purification and cleansing, not calls for violence. In 2008, a concert in Switzerland was cancelled over concerns about his lyrics, and in 2010, a planned US tour was called off for the same reason. Eeka Mouse. Eeka Mouse is a Jamaican reggae musician known for his unique style as one of the first artists to be called a sing-jay. His music career took off in 1979 when he recorded Once a Virgin for producer Joe Gibbs, which became an instant hit. By 1980, he teamed up with producer Henry Junjo Laws, and in 1981, he had more success with songs like Virgin Girl and a reworked version of Wado Dem. Throughout the early 1980s, Eeka Mouse continued to release a series of popular songs, including Wild Like a Tiger, For Hire and Removal, Do You Remember, and Ganja Smuggling. However, his career took a dark turn in 2008 when he was arrested in the United States on charges of illegal sexual acts and substance possession. After being released on bail, he fled the country, leading to a warrant for his arrest with a $1 million bond. In 2010, authorities tracked him to the Netherlands, but due to visa issues and disruptions caused by volcanic eruptions in Iceland, he was unable to travel. On November 21, 2012, he was found in Paraguay without the proper visa and was eventually extradited back to the U.S. He faced serious charges, including felony, kidnapping, and substance possession. In 2013, he reached a plea deal, pleading no contest to lesser charges of assault on a female and attempted crime against nature. Since he had already spent time in jail, he was released and deported back to Jamaica. Sisla. Sisla is one of the biggest names in reggae music. As of 2018, he has put out an incredible 56 solo albums, making him one of the most consistent and successful reggae artists of his time. His journey to fame began with the help of Homer Harris, the same mentor who guided Buju Banton. Harris introduced Sisla to legendary Jamaican saxophonist Dean Fraser, who then brought him into the world of producer Philip Burrell's Ex-Terminator label. In 1995, this partnership changed everything for Sisla. He started recording under Burrell's guidance, releasing a series of successful singles before dropping his debut album, Burning Up. A year later, he followed up with Praise Ye Jah, which was well received, but it was his next album, Black Woman and Child, that truly made him a star. The album's title track became a major hit, turning into an anthem for cultural reggae. In 1997, Sisla continued his winning streak with hits like Mountain, Babylon Cowboy, Kings of the Earth, and Build a Better World, a duet with fellow reggae artist Luciano. Over the years, Sisla has remained a strong force in reggae music. He has had 21 albums chart on Billboard's top reggae albums, with Words of Truth reaching as high as number 5. But despite his success, he has also faced many controversies. Many of his songs have been criticized for containing anti-gay lyrics, leading to backlash and concert cancellations around the world. In 2004, he was banned from entering the UK for a series of concerts after British LGBT rights group Outrage accused him of promoting violence in his lyrics. The controversy followed him to Canada in 2007, where protests led to the cancellation of shows in Toronto and Montreal. One of his most controversial songs, Nah Apologize, was recorded in 2004, reinforcing his stance on the issue. In 2008, his visa was revoked while he was on tour in Germany, forcing him to cut his performances short, and return to the U.S. Protests continued in 2009 and 2010, leading to even more concert cancellations across Germany. In 2012, his shows in Spain, Belgium, Sweden, and Portugal were also canceled due to public outcry. Sisla has always defended himself, saying that as an artist, he is simply expressing his views and exercising his freedom of speech. After the cancellations, his team released a statement emphasizing that he respects the laws of every country he performs in and does not seek to incite violence. Buju Banton. Buju Banton is one of the biggest names in Jamaican music, blending dancehall, reggae, and raga into a powerful sound that has influenced generations. Over the years, he has worked with artists from all over the world, including hip-hop, Latin, and punk rock musicians, as well as the sons of reggae legend Bob Marley. Buju started his music career early, releasing dancehall singles as far back as 1987. But it was in 1992 that he truly made his mark. That year, he dropped 2 albums, Stamina Daddy and Mr. Mention. Mr. Mention became the best-selling album in Jamaican history at the time. He also broke the record for the most #1 singles in Jamaica, a record that had been held by Bob Marley and the Wailers. However, his career took a major hit when, in 2011, he was found guilty of trafficking charges in the United States. The court convicted him of conspiring to distribute crack and carrying a firearm in connection with illegal substances. He was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison and was released in December 2018. After returning to Jamaica, Buju launched the Long Walk to Freedom Tour, marking his comeback with a massive concert at the National Stadium in Kingston in March 2019. Over 30,000 fans showed up to see him perform. But controversy has followed Buju for much of his career, particularly over his 1992 song, Boom Bye Bye. which contained violent lyrics about gay men. He recorded the song when he was just 15 and re-released it at 19, but it sparked international outrage. Due to the backlash, he issued a public apology, but continued to face pressure from LGBTQ+ activists. In 2007, he was reportedly among a group of reggae artists who signed the Reggae Compassionate Act, pledging to stop performing anti-gay music. However, Buju later denied signing it, though he did avoid performing Boom Bye Bye at a concert that same year. The controversy finally came to an end in 2019, when Buju and his team officially removed Boom Bye Bye from all streaming platforms, including Apple Music and Spotify. He made it clear that he would never perform the song again. Bounty Killer. Rodney Price, popularly known as Bounty Killer, started his music career as a young DJ on sound systems in Jamaica. But his life took a dramatic turn at just 14 years old when he was caught in the crossfire of a gunfight between rival political groups. A stray bullet hit him, and while recovering in the hospital, he chose the name Bounty Killer. After healing, he became even more dedicated to his music, performing on more sound systems and starting to record songs. One of his first big tracks was Copper Shot, but producer King Jammy refused to release it because of its violent lyrics. However, Jammy's brother Uncle T believed in the song and released it himself. Copper Shot became a major underground hit in Jamaica and even in New York, putting Bounty Killer on the map. His breakthrough on the international stage came in 2002 when he teamed up with the American rock band No Doubt for the song Hey Baby. The track was a huge success, winning a Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Performance by a duo or group. It also sold over 1 million copies, making it Bounty Killer's first platinum-selling record. However, Bounty Killer's career has also been marked by controversy. In 2003, he had to cancel 2 concerts after the LGBT magazine Outrage asked Scotland Yard to arrest him, claiming that his lyrics encouraged violence against the gay community. He stayed away from performing in certain places for 3 years but returned in 2006, performing his songs uncensored. Eventually, he decided to stop addressing the gay community in his lyrics, shifting his focus to social issues and party anthems instead. At the Reggae Sumfest festival, he was arrested twice, once in 2001 after a dispute with another performer, though he wasn't charged, and again in 2008 for using profanity on stage. In 2009, he was arrested in Kingston for running 7 red lights and refusing a breathalyzer test. Perhaps his most serious arrest happened in 2006, when he was charged with assaulting the mother of his child. According to reports, he punched her several times, dragged her from a distance, and slammed her head against a wall. If you are enjoying this video, appreciate it by giving it a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Ninja Man. Ninja Man, also known as Don Gorgon, is a Jamaican dancehall DJ famous for his dramatic style, stuttering delivery, and lyrics often glorifying gun culture. His career began when he was just 14, performing under the name Double Ugly with the Black Culture sound system. By 1980, he joined the Kilimanjaro sound system, where he learned from top DJs like Supercat and Early B. Around this time, he changed his name to Uglyman and released his first single. Eventually, he settled on the name that made him famous, Ninja Man. In 1987, he recorded his first big hit, Protection, a duet with Courtney Melody. Over the next few years, he built a reputation with songs like Border Clash, Murder Dem, Permit to Bury, and Above the Law. These tracks cemented his image as a dangerous, rude boy in the dancehall scene. His fierce rivalries with artists like Florgon, Supercat, and Shaba Ranks led to intense musical clashes that kept his name in the headlines. However, in 1993, Ninja Man's violent lyrics began to draw heavy criticism. His career took an even darker turn in 2009 when he was arrested along with his son Janiel in connection to the murder of Ricardo Johnson in Kingston, Jamaica. Despite being granted bail in 2012, his trial faced years of delays. At one point, the trial had to be postponed because only 15 out of the required 58 jurors showed up. Finally, on November 20, 2017, after nearly a decade of legal battles, Ninja Man was found guilty of murder. A month later, on December 18th, he was sentenced to life in prison. He will be eligible for parole after serving 25 years. Elephant Man. Elephant Man is a Jamaican dancehall artist. He first gained fame as a member of the Scare Dem crew before launching a successful solo career. With his signature bright yellow-orange hair and wild stage antics, jumping, running, and even climbing on speakers, he quickly became one of the most recognizable figures in dancehall. His international breakthrough came in 2004 when sports brand Puma featured his song All Out in an Olympic commercial campaign, introducing his music to a global audience. However, Elephant Man has faced controversy throughout his career. His lyrics, which some claim promote violence against gay people, have led to backlash. In 2003, the British LGBT group Outrage called for his arrest, accusing him of spreading hate speech. The following year, he was dropped from the MOBO Awards due to similar concerns. Although he later agreed to avoid performing songs with homophobic lyrics, the controversy persisted. In 2009, his appearance at Toronto's Carabana Festival was cancelled, and in 2015, a concert in Munich was shut down after activists pressured authorities to intervene. In 2012, Elephant Man faced serious legal trouble when he was arrested and charged with sexual assault after a woman accused him of attacking her at his home in St. Andrew, Jamaica. The case dragged on for years, but was eventually dropped in 2016 after the complainant passed away. More recently, in 2020, Elephant Man was charged by Jamaican authorities for failing to declare his travel history upon returning from Germany. At the time, the country was on a restricted travel list due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and officials accused him of trying to dodge quarantine. He later apologized for the incident. T.O.K. T.O.K is a Jamaican dancehall reggae group from Kingston that first came together in 1996. The group originally included Alistair McCalla, Roshan Clark, Craig Thompson, and Xavier Davidson. They quickly rose to fame with their energetic style and smooth harmonies, even earning the title of the world's greatest dancehall reggae boy band from the New York Times in 2004. Over the years, T.O.K became known for hit songs like Footprints, Diamonds and Gold, Gal You Ah Lead, Chi Chi Man, Eagle's Cry, and Guardian Angel. However, despite their success, the group faced controversy. Their song Chi Chi Man contained lyrics that many believed encouraged violence. Because of this, they became a target of the Stop Murder Music campaign, which pressured dancehall artists to stop promoting homophobia. While some artists signed the Reggae Compassion Act, T.O.K refused. Instead, in 2009, they created their own version, called the T.O.K Compassion Act, which stated that they respect and uphold the rights of all individuals to live without fear of hatred and violence due to their religion, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, or gender. Despite this, the controversy didn't fully go away. Craigie T. Thompson later defended Chi Chi Man and made it clear that he did not personally respect all sexual orientations. In a now-deleted social media post, he stated, "My respect is not contingent on anybody's sexual orientation. As a matter of fact, I would prefer not to know sexual orientations." The group eventually split up in 2015, with the members focusing on solo careers. However, in 2022, they reunited, and the following year, released their comeback song, NPLH, Home, featuring Shams the producer. Lady Saw. Lady Saw is a Jamaican singer and songwriter. She gained international fame through her collaboration with No Doubt on the hit song Underneath It All, which went triple platinum and won a Grammy Award. But long before that, she was making waves in the dancehall scene with her bold and unapologetic style. In 1996, she released her second album, Give Me the Reason, which became famous for its explicit sexual themes. Songs like Life Without Dick and Name No Stand Fi Sex showcased her raw, unfiltered approach to music. The album also featured hit singles like Give Me the Reason, Good Wuck, and Condom. A year later, in 1997, she dropped Passion, which climbed to number 8 on Billboard's Top Reggae Albums chart. This album included songs like Healing and Sycamore Tree, further cementing her reputation as a fearless dancehall artist. She followed it up with Raw, the best of Lady Saw, in 1998, and by the end of that year, her fourth studio album, 99 Ways, reached number 10 on the Billboard Reggae charts. Her music wasn't just popular in Jamaica, it made an impact worldwide. In 1999, she scored a major U.S. hit with Smile, a song recorded with Vitamin C, which peaked at number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 and went gold with over 500,000 sales. Then came her biggest mainstream success in 2002 with Underneath It All. The song reached number 3 in the U.S., sold over 3 million copies, and won a Grammy for No Doubt, further establishing Lady Saw as an international star. But while she gained recognition for her success, she also faced controversy. She became known for a style called slackness, which refers to the sexually explicit lyrics common in dancehall music. Some critics, including authorities in Jamaica, called for her to tone down her performances, but she refused. In response, she recorded What is Slackness, where she defined the term in her own way. When some of her performances were banned in parts of Jamaica, while male artists continued to perform similarly explicit songs, she fought back with freedom of speech, calling out the double standards. Shaba Ranks. Shaba Ranks is a Jamaican dancehall artist who became one of the biggest names in reggae music during the late 1980s and early 1990s. While he was already a star in Jamaica, he gained international fame with his 1990 album Just Reality, which helped introduce dancehall music to North America. His next two albums, As Raw as Ever and Extra Naked, were even more successful, both winning Grammy Awards for Best Reggae Album in 1992 and 1993. Shaba's deep, rough voice and energetic style made him stand out, but it was songs like Mr. Loverman and Ting-a-Ling that truly defined his career. These tracks became international hits, making him one of the first dancehall artists to cross over into mainstream music. However, Shaba also faced serious controversy over homophobic lyrics and comments. His 1990 song, Wicked in a Bed, included violent lyrics about harming gay men. Then, in 1992, during an appearance on the British TV show The Word, he was asked about Buju Banton's controversial song Boom Bye Bye, which promoted violence against gay people. Holding a Bible, Shaba claimed that the Word of God supported the crucifixion of homosexuals. His comments shocked the audience, and the show's host, Mark Lamar, immediately condemned him, saying, "That's absolute crap, and you know it." The backlash was swift. Shaba was dropped from a Bobby Brown concert lineup and had problems with his record label, Sony Music. Realizing the damage his words had caused, he later apologized, admitting that his comments could have encouraged violence. Despite the controversy, Shaba Ranks remains one of the most influential dancehall artists of all time. Busy Signal. Busy Signal is a Jamaican dancehall reggae artist who has been a major force in the modern dancehall scene since the early 2000s. He got his stage name because his friends noticed that he was always on the move, constantly working on music. In 2005, he released his debut single, Step Out, which became a big hit. Between 2007 and 2008, Busy Signal released several popular tracks, including Nah Go a Jail Again, Smoke Some High Grade, T.O.K, and Unknown Number, which received heavy airplay in the Caribbean and the United States. His debut album, Step Out, further cemented his place in the dancehall world. However, in May 2012, Busy Signal's career was briefly interrupted when he was arrested at Norman Manley International Airport in Jamaica. The arrest was due to an extradition request from the United States, where he faced crack-related charges. In June 2012, he was extradited to the U.S. and later sentenced to 6 months in prison. After his release in November 2012, he quickly returned to music, dropping the single Come Shock Out. That same year, his album Reggae Music Again was ranked number 7 on BBC Music's list of the top 25 albums of 2012, proving that his talent and influence in dancehall remained strong. Lee Sparta. Lee Sparta is a Jamaican dancehall artist from Flankers, Montego Bay. He first gained fame as part of Adidjahiam Records and the Portmore Empire crew, which was led by Vibs Cartel. His music style, often called Gothic dancehall, is known for its dark, eerie themes and references to the occult. This unique approach made him both popular and controversial in the dancehall scene. In September 2012, a feud erupted between Lee Sparta and Bounty Killer, the leader of the Alliance crew. It all started when Bounty Killer made a post on Twitter that was seen as disrespectful toward Lee Sparta. Initially, Lee took a calm approach, saying he respected Bounty Killer as a veteran in dancehall and didn't want to respond with negativity. However, just a week later, he dropped a diss track called Goathead, directly targeting Bounty Killer. The veteran artist fired back with 2 diss songs, De God and Niami Lee. Their feud became so intense that they were expected to face off at the 2012 Sting Music Festival, one of the biggest dancehall events in Jamaica. Bounty Killer compared their clash to a giant and an ant. But when Sting's promoter, Isaiah Lang, suggested Tommy Lee might stand a chance, Bounty Killer took offense and pulled out of the event. Outside of music, Lee Sparta has had several run-ins with the law. In 2014, he was accused of being involved in a lottery scam along with 4 others, but the case was eventually dismissed in 2018. In March 2021, he pleaded guilty to illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition and was sentenced to 3 years in prison. After serving his time, he was released in March 2023. Anthony B. Anthony B. is a Jamaican reggae artist. He started his music career in 1993, teaming up with Little Devon to release his first song, The Living is Hard. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, he had become a major figure in reggae, known for his powerful voice and socially conscious lyrics. His album Universal Struggle helped solidify his place in the industry, followed by a series of successful releases like 7 Seals, Street Knowledge, and Untouchable. Over the years, he collaborated with big names such as Wyclef Jean, Snoop Dogg, and Bone Crusher. However, in January 2013, Anthony B. had a serious legal issue while traveling in Georgia, USA. His tour bus was pulled over by police because of its tinted windows. During a search, officers found a small amount of substance and rolling paper belonging to 3 of his band members. Even though those individuals admitted the substance was theirs, and Anthony B. had nothing illegal on him, the police still arrested everyone on the bus. Despite the small amount of substance, authorities charged them with possession with intent to distribute. This unexpected arrest forced Anthony B. to cancel several shows in South America, since he wasn't allowed to leave the U.S. Fortunately, the charges were eventually dropped. After he was released, Anthony, who has always been open about his substance use, released the song "Smoke Every Day," which became a reggae anthem. Which of these singers do you think is actually the worst? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content.